Most importantly, above everything else, starting out in aesthetics requires a clear plan. It's important that as part of this plan, you have spoken to people who are working in the industry and you have realistic expectations of what you would like to achieve over defined time periods. People who attend training are quite clearly setting out a plan in terms of the training course that they choose at the outset, and therefore choosing the correct training course for you and the correct training option is also of the utmost importance. For example, do you want to make a larger investment and move to an accredited and regulated training option such as the Level 7, where you're going to have a lot more hands-on experience and build a portfolio early on? Or do you wish to opt for an unregulated training option, which may be slightly cheaper, but may give you slightly more flexibility in terms of how quickly you want to move and make the transition into aesthetics? Other important aspects to consider are aspects of indemnity, ensuring you have indemnity via your usual regulatory body, as well as malpractice insurance, which can be obtained from specific insurers. Usually a course that you choose will be insured by an insurer. Always check that the foundation or the Level 7 course that you're choosing works in conjunction with one of the main insurers in the UK, and that means on completion of the training course, you can seek insurance with one of those providers. Other important aspects include business setup side. So for example, do you want to act within the remit of a limited company? It's quite simple to set up a limited company, and there are many advantages that it brings as a business in terms of setting out in aesthetics. It may be useful to speak to someone who's already set up their own business, and also to speak to an accountant about setting up a limited company, which can be done quite quickly and quite cheaply. Finally, it's really important to have an understanding of your market. And by that I mean both the people who you will hopefully be working for and also how you're going to advertise your services. It's also important to understand that you need to follow certain rules as regards advertising. You want to be trained in a legal and an ethical way, and therefore you must have understanding of agencies such as the Advertising Standards Authority, which has very specific rules and regulations regarding advertising, for example, botulinum toxin or time-limited offers on social media, which can be perceived as coercive. All of this comes back to choosing a good training provider at the start who can offer you all of this important advice to make sure that you make the right steps when you start out in aesthetics.